Hey y'all, I was watching some YouTube videos. I hadn't intended on doing a video because I just discovered I'm going to have to get a new computer. I This is what you get when you go to the cheap route. I bought a refurbished work computer thinking I could use it personally since it was refurbished to new or excellent, whatever. No, I should have thought about this because I have a camera, a microphone, keyboards, external storage, and things like that, and McAfee on here. And it's Windows 10, and I don't have enough storage to move from Windows 10 to Windows 11, so whatever. And also, I found out on my computer, this computer is 10 years old. Anyway, what I'm online for is y'all know what happened on Monday, right? President Trump and the president of El Salvador had a press meeting and everything. And of course, let me pull up this guy. This is Kilmer Abrego Garcia. Just to remind you, he was picked up at his home by ICE and sent to the prison in El Salvador. And of course, his wife said he was not a he was not a Venezuelan gang person because he's from El Salvador. They said, well, as his tattoo says that he is that. Well, then they found out that was correct. He was not a Venezuelan gangster. He is a legal U.S. citizen. And an appeals an appeals judge said he was supposed to be brought back last Monday by midnight. Well, then they went to SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, and the Chief Justice, put a stop on that temporarily until they can get all the information, and then said now all justices last week said yes, the United States has to bring this guy back. Well, guess what? Trump said, I didn't put the finger up, but you know what I'm doing. He did that. And I'm sorry, I got a tank top on because it was 85 degrees here in Charlotte today. But he said we can't bring him back because um, El Salvador is a sovereign country. And I'm like, wait, you made a mistake. You can't clean up that mistake. And on top of that, you paid $6 million for that plane to go to El Salvador. He's been there for a month and a half, I believe. They finally figured out that he is still alive. And in the press meet, he turned around to Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, asked her, "Can we get him back?" And she said, "No, this is an international issue now. He is a gang member. He came here illegally. You don't have to believe me. You can vet this that I just said on Google, and you can see that Pam Bondi, all three or four of those sentences were lies." Lies. And that's our Attorney General. She doesn't even know the law. And then he turned around to the president of El Salvador and said that he had the power to return him, saying it would be preposterous to smuggle a terrorist into the United States. That's what the El Salvador president said. I would have to do this and smuggle him and all that. I can't do that. And then, of course, Trump wants him to build more prisons. And the words that are going through the news and everything is that American citizens can be sent to El Salvador. I'm not making this up. You can't make this up. Just go onto YouTube and just search his name, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Just search his name and you'll see all these videos. Or follow Politics Girl, Brian Tyler Cohen, The Bulwark, Luke Beasley, and so on and so on. Coach D. Follow me. You cannot make this up. This situation right here, and I'm going to put a disclaimer on here. I am not a lawyer. I do not have a law degree. I can read the law. But the word that I'm about to say, I want it in your brain and I want it on your lips to call your representatives. This is an impeachment issue. An impeachment issue. We should not wait for Representative Al Green from the state of Texas to finish what he's doing about impeaching it. No. Impeachment. The president needs to be impeached. The vice president needs to be impeached. And 4 of the Supreme Court justices need to be impeached. And sometimes in your state, even here in North Carolina, this is another issue, but I'm just going to say it. Jefferson Griffin needs to be impeached for holding up this election between him and Allison Riggs. But that's a separate issue. So I'm going to show you his picture again. Find this information and put it on your social medias. Our president sent this guy to El Salvador, and it was a mistake. ICE. Who are they hiring? Who are they hiring? And just taking people based on their tattoos. And my gay brethren, you know that they did the same thing with this gay guy coming from Venezuela, which is a communist country, for asylum, and they looked at his tattoos, took him out of line, and sent him to El Salvador. And the only person that knows what's going on with him is his attorney. But that's also a separate issue. This guy, whose picture I'm showing you, was a legal U.S. citizen, and he was sent to El Salvador saying that he was a Venezuelan gang member. I'll end this video by saying elections have consequences. Elections have consequences, and we're only in the 3rd month. The 3rd month. Elections have consequences. Y'all have a good night. Get some sleep.